Hey guys, today I want to talk about trials. I want to talk about going through the difficult stuff. None of us wants to do that. I mean, there's not anybody that I know that just signs up to say, hey, please let me go through some tough stuff. We want it to go smooth and easy for us, and a lot of times that's the way our prayers are geared. Is Lord, help me to avoid those traps. But over the next few days, what I want to do is I just want to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of trials. We may not realize it, but there are some benefits to us. Today I just want to focus on three quick ones. One, I already talked a little bit about yesterday when I was talking about faith. And I said that God will definitely let us go through things that we can't handle. And it keeps us dependent upon Him. It keeps us realizing that I don't want to be in control because I'm going to make a mess of things. At least hopefully that's the idea behind it. But the second one that I want to focus on is that it keeps us humble. And that's something that pride is something that we all struggle with, whether we're willing to admit it or not. And the Lord knows that. And it's His purpose in our life to keep us walking in the fear of the Lord and walking in humility. There's a verse out of Deuteronomy chapter 8. Deuteronomy chapter 8, beginning in verse 2 and then verse 3 as well. It says, "And you shall remember that the Lord your God led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness to humble you and to test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep His commandments or not. So He humbled you, allowed you to hunger, and fed you with manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, that He might make you know that man shall not live by bread alone, but man lives by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord." It's a pretty incredible verse there. It says that God will definitely allow us to go through challenging times for the very purpose and reason of bringing us to humility, bringing us to the place where we realize that we have to have God. It goes along with that dependence upon God. And He says, I will allow you to be hungry at times. I will allow you to go through a lot of storms, but it's the purpose for those storms is good. Sometimes when we go through challenging times, we get angry at God. We blame God. We say, God, why are you allowing this to happen to me? As if someone, if He really loved us, He wouldn't allow those things to happen to us. But sometimes those things are for our benefit. Think about like a child. When you have a baby, they have to go in for vaccinations. And I remember going back there with my children and the look of pain in their face. And they look up at you. It's kind of like, why? Why are you doing this to me? But it's for their good. You're not trying to hurt them. You're not trying to punish them. It's for their good. The other benefit of trial that I want to talk about real quickly today is that trials give us an opportunity to see God work. Think about it. We love to talk about how God is a healing God, but guess what? You would never see His healing power unless there was someone sick. You would never see His supernatural provision if you were never in lack. We have to be in the difficult place in order to see God's hand move in our life. It's just the reality of it. It's not a pleasant thing, but it's wonderful when we do see God be faithful to His promises and when He intervenes and He brings life to us. But wherever you are in the struggles and the trials that you're going through right now, I just hope that you can realize that there's a purpose behind it, that God wants good for you. Remember Jeremiah 29:11, that He has a plan for you, a future and a hope, and He wants to bring about the person that He wants at the end. And He's going to mold your character and my character. He's going to do whatever is necessary to get us to that place where we can be fruitful and effective for His kingdom. So as we look at these trials and the benefits of them, I hope that you'll get a different perspective of what God's doing in your life. And if you're blaming Him, if you're upset at Him, I pray that you'll repent of that and turn and be thankful for whatever you're facing, because He's going to intervene for you if you'll trust Him and put your eyes on Jesus. Today, it's a good day. And regardless of our circumstances, God is still on the throne and Jesus is coming soon. And I hope that you'll live for that moment and be thankful for everything that God has put in your life. Remember also that the enemy is after there. We got to have our armor up and be ready. Have a wonderfully blessed day.